For 3D origami you will need copy paper, which you can get in almost every store. I use this brand of paper. It has some nice colors. To start, take a piece of A4 sheet of paper and fold it in half. Then fold in half again. And again. And one last time. And now you'll have the paper divided into 16 parts, and cut out that 16 parts. And you should get 16 of these papers. One is about 7 centimeters long and 5 centimeters wide. And now to fold the pieces, you take one paper and fold it in half like this, and then fold it in half again. And now fold this line to the center like this. Now repeat that on other side. Now fold these corners like this, same on other side. And now fold these flaps down like this, and now fold it in half, and it should look like this. And these are the pockets of the piece, and these are called flaps. And after folding some pieces, take these pieces and add pieces on top of each other by putting pockets on top of these two flaps like this. And now repeat that with all your pieces. Like this. It is a really important step, and if you skip it, you won't get nice results following my tutorials. And after putting some pieces like this, take a pen and slide it around here to round the piece's nose like this, and you'll get a nice looking piece ready to use. And if you don't get a round nose after folding with pen, you can shape it with your fingers to look nicer. And these pieces are ready to be used. To start making most of the models, you'll need to make a base. And the base is the first two rows of the model. And to make it, there is two ways. One is take two pieces and connect it like this, and make as much of these units as it is base size. So if you need to make a base of 10 pieces, then you make 10 of these. And then later connect it into a circle. like this, or you can take one piece, put another on the side like this, then one from below, one on top, one from below, and repeat this until you add enough pieces to make the base, and later connect one end to another like this. And with this paper that I'm using, a regular copy paper that weighs 80 grams per square meter, base stays kinda strong. For some people it falls apart, and if it falls apart for you, then you should use a different paper or try using glue only on base. After making a base, you will need to add more pieces on top. So to add pieces, just put one piece on the other two pieces, two flaps, like this, and repeat that on all pieces. Like this, and a ring of pieces is called a row. Sometimes you will need to increase the amount of pieces per row. So to do that, you need to insert a piece between two pieces like this, and then add two pieces on top like this. So on the next row you will have one piece more than you had on the previous row. And if you need to double the amount of pieces per row, you need to repeat this between all pieces. And sometimes you will need to decrease the amount of pieces per row. So to do that, you either put one piece on top of three pieces, and two flaps goes into one pocket like this. So by doing this, you will have one piece less in the next row. Or you can add in one pocket two flaps and one here, and do the same here, and two flaps here and one here, and by doing this, by adding these two pieces, you will have one piece per row less in the other row. And this way, adding two pieces looks better than the previous I showed. Sometimes you will need to put pieces backwards, just nose facing the inside of the model, and it looks like this. And this is called the inverted piece. So if you need to add an inverted piece, you just add a piece backwards, like this. And if you're making something flat, one row will have one more piece than another, and every other row will have different amount of pieces. So it has here 3 pieces, 2 pieces, 3 pieces, 2 pieces, and 3 pieces. And this thing is 3 pieces wide. And to add more rows, you need to add 2 pieces on top, the amount of pieces in the smaller row, and then on top add a piece, and this flap and this lower flap goes into pockets of the piece. Like this. This is needed when you're making something flat, like tails or necks, for example in my dragon design. Sometimes if you're making something flat, you will need to make it wider, and to do that you will need to add a side pocket piece. It is a piece that is added by using only one side pocket, so it looks like this. And by adding these 2 of these pieces will increase the amount of pieces per row by 1. So previous row had 3 pieces, now it has 4. Sometimes if you're making something flat, you will need to make it wider, and to do that you will need to add a side pocket piece. It is a piece that is added by using only one side pocket, so it looks like this. And by adding these 2 of these pieces will increase the amount of pieces per row by 1. So previous row had 3 pieces, now it has 4.